dad's side, sir?
My dad's side, he from Chicago. My father been in Chicago.
What city in Chicago,
In
darling?
Arlington.
What did you
My
say?
father in Arlington. That's where my father been from.
Arlington? What?
Yep.
What?
You can go. Yep, it's a small city. But my father moved down to Minnesota.
But Chicago is a city of its own. So
I know, but
Exactly.
my father been here since he got married to my mom. So
yeah, but that's a suburb. That sounds like a suburb, bro. That don't sound like no. That don't sound like Chicago.
Arlington, Illinois. I only know Arlington, Virginia. Y'all got an Arlington?
It's only two Arlingtons I know about. There's an Arlington in Texas, and there's an Arlington in Virginia.
We got all types of stuff here in Illinois. We got like all types of small towns, suburbs and stuff. So
is there an Arlington Heights out there?
Yeah, there is.
Where's his grandmama and them from? What's that migration pattern?
You said what?
Where's your grandparents from? Your great grandparents. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, where your great grandparents from?
My 20-year-old.
I only met one of my grandma from my dad's side, but I never met the other ones. But the other one was from New York.
Right. So I mean, I'm from Chicago, so you don't need to say that your dad's from Chicago, but that's what you said. That's not Chicago.
No, that is Chicago in Arlington. That is in Chicago. That's where my father is from. Unless you want to speak, if you want to speak to my father, you can go ahead. You can follow me.
Are you autism, son?
That's not how you say it.
Are you autistic? Are you autistic?
Why would I be artistic?
I was just asking you, was you autistic?
I'm just fried right now.
Yeah. If a person from Chicago's telling you places in Chicago, that place don't exist.
Okay.
Because Chicago is its own state in the state of Illinois. It don't exist. It don't exist.
It don't exist, so it don't exist, I guess. What?
Yeah, bro, that's a suburb, bro.
Okay, let it be. Like, you asked me where he's from. I never said my father is from Trenches, this and that. You know what I mean?
Trenches don't mean the city, because there's some beautiful places in Chicago, and it don't have nothing to do with no trenches. He's letting you know that's not Chicago. That is the suburbs. He's telling you your father's from Illinois. He's not from Chicago. Chicago is its own state within the state of Illinois. It's beyond being a city. It's a city and a state in Illinois, son. That's all. That's all this Chicago person is telling you. He's a native of Chicago.
All right, Doc.
He's not trying to be mean.
No, I'm just saying, you asked me where he's from, and I told you where he's from, so.
All right, for sure. Hold up. True Knowledge, you got to go ahead. You said you're Somalian.
Yeah, I'm full Somalian, and I do have a nephew that's American, right? So I just didn't understand, hearing black people saying, "Oh, Somalians really need black people's help." I mean, I have not seen any Somalian saying that we need the African Americans' help.
We don't know no African
If you're a citizen,
we are Black Americans. Please
okay, Black American, right?
You must have temporary.
So I would say Black Americans, Somali Americans don't really need Black Americans. We are citizens already.
Tell your people that.
It's not like we're gonna ask Black Americans, please, I need a green card or something to stay. No, the thing is, Somalians been here since 40 years ago. And maybe you guys dealt with people who don't speak English and you expect them to speak, Somalian to you because you will never understand them.
Stop lying.
Right?
All y'all not citizens.
Yeah, we are.
You be lying.
Yes,
y'all
we
all
are.
not citizens.
So my question my question is, True Knowledge. You said
your citizenship could be taken also.
Hold up, Toy. My question is, True Knowledge. You said that your people been here in this country for 40 years. That's like 2 days in like generation time. We've been here since the beginning of the country. So why do people who've been here for like such a small amount of time feel like they're entitled or feel like they can talk down to people who were the very backbone and foundation of the country that they've been in for 40 years?
Well, you cannot put like a whole group basis on what 2 or 3 people have said,
But it's more,
right?
but
So the
but
point
sir,
is, look, my nephew is a black American. Okay, if I talk down to his own people, it's like disrespecting the nephew that I have, right? So there's a lot of Somalians mixed with black Americans more than white people in Minnesota. So if you're not from Minnesota, I do understand where you're coming from because you don't know
right, but not all.
us.
There's
That's the
not there's
problem.
not a there's not a big society of bi-ethnic Somalians. It's Somalians and Black Americans, and the even smaller percentage of bi-ethnic people in general. So I'm not talking about bi-ethnics. I'm talking about Somalians and Black Americans, and why the Somalian community in general have a very bad, entitled, disrespectful take on Black Americans when they just got here.
Leo, and it hasn't been no 40 years. It's been about
Uh,
30 something years since the 90s. It's not been no 40 years. And if so, it don't hold no
He
candlestick.
tried to throw some extra years in there.
Yeah, it
Listen,
don't hold no candlestick to Black
well,
American
well,
years.
well. There's people that was born here
Don't
that
mean
is
nothing
like
to us.
47 years old,
It's
and
not,
their
no,
father.
they came here,
Look.
sir.
They mixed.
Sir,
They
they
mixed with
came,
what?
sir. Stop
Somalians.
lying. We're not going to let you lie.
What do
They
you?
Wait, what are
came
you
here
talking?
as
Hold on,
refugees.
hold up. So, are you trying to come over? Are you trying to come over here and basically reinterpret and basically revise history of immigration with our culture and traditions and our historical
No,
information?
no. Listen,
Are you trying to blend
I can
things? Are you trying to
agree.
muddy the waters and act like you guys have an entangled relationship with us and you've been here
Yep.
just as long as us, or what are you trying to say?
Listen, I could say African Americans been here more than anybody,
I don't know who African
right?
American is. They just told you
Right,
Black
Black
Americans to keep playing
Americans,
games.
Black Americans, right?
right. You're right, True Knowledge. So just like you
Been
guys.
here more than anybody, right? But for example, like, what's the point that I see Black Americans, like talk about Somalians, then I could see white people. This is really shocking. Even white people are shocked with Black
And you
Americans.
guys have been doing it before we even
So
open our mouth. So this is the problem. People that throw stones and hide their hands, that's not cool. You guys have been looking down on our community like all the rest of the immigrant class of people because you guys get incentives and you're a protected class of people here. And we try to tell you this is our ancestral land. We are native to this and we control the cultural currency of this country, and we are the cultural face of this country. It would not be wise of you to disrespect us. And you thought we didn't have no power here because a white man gave you a green card. That was the problem. The white man ain't going to tell you about the power we have because they're racist. So, you let the white man put a battery in your back and gas your head up to think that we're just a permanent subjugated class, not knowing the cultural influence. And now you're feeling the wrath of not only the white people, the white settlers here, but you're feeling the wrath of the native born Black
no.
Americans.
You know
What
what's
shocks
We are
crazy?
me.
bottom
Look,
class.
look, look, look. Look,
If I
I'm in
can real quick,
Minnesota,
Leo,
right? What
real
I
quick,
noticed,
family. Hold on, True.
those.
I find it
Just one
funny that you
moment, one
speak it
moment.
with two
I want to
tongues.
say this, right?
No, hold
I
on,
have
real quick,
not. I
because you're speaking
seen.
with two tongues, family, and I'm gonna stop it right now. You speak with two, because I find it funny that you came up here when they were talking about Somali,
You can go
and
right after him,
you
True
said
Knowledge.
you can't blame one or two people for a whole group, right? And then you blame all Black Americans for coming at Somalis more than YT people. So you guys like to speak with two tongues. Let's say that is the case, and people, all Black Americans are speaking on y'all more than YT people. They have the right to do that. You know why? Because you're in our communities frauding and doing all kinds of scams to our people, not to the YT people, to our people. You're harming our people. You're taking money away from our people and resources away from our people. So they have the right to stand up and say something when you guys are doing that. What type of time are you on that you think you can tell us what to do and how to do and how to respond to your action? If you don't like us responding to your degeneracy and your savagery, stop doing degenerate things and stop doing savage things. Instead of come on these panels and coming over here trying to dictate to us how we should respond, what you need to do is go make a panel with your people and stop scamming Black American people, start frauding Black American people in their communities, and find ways to work together where you're not scamming. That's what you do. Don't come over here and try to preach to us. And then you say you guys are not coming over here begging. This gentleman that died at the top was literally begging us to come together, kumbaya, and we all won. So you just talking in ego right now. You talking in ego right now. That's what you're doing.
I don't know why.
And you don't like the fact that
I don't know.
You don't
why
like the fact you trying to put yourself in some kind of superior position, but you're not in that superior position. You guys got a flawed history you trying to make up where now all of a sudden we mixing and mingling with us. All of a sudden when Trump is on your heels, now all of a sudden you added more years to how long you guys been there. You guys are really out of your mind, to be honest with you. And you guys wouldn't even have these conversations with us if Trump wasn't on your heels. You guys will be in your own communities talking to your own people like you've been doing for the last 30 years. You guys act like you was kumbaya, hand in hand, arm in arm for the last 30 years. No. You guys been in your own communities, minding your own business, and you're only having this conversation because Trump is on your heels. And now you guys want to come and have a conversation with us. Man, please.
Okay. Thank you for that foundation. That's the foundation. True knowledge, you can respond, and then Doc can respond, and then whoever, and then hold up. No, I'm just gonna let True Knowledge respond, and then it's Uppity Unicorn can go because she's been here waiting. So, and then Dot if he has something to say. So go ahead, True Knowledge, and respond. You gotta unmute the mic, gang. You got it. Unmute the mic. There you go.
Yeah. All right. So, first of all, I do have a lot of black friends, right? Black American friends. That me and them, we always be having a good time, talk to each other daily. But to try to make the Somali man to be the next white man, it don't really make sense to me. Like that day when I was with my wife, talking to her, and I noticed when people was coming to protest in order, because what ICE is trying to do to Somalians, which they didn't only arrest some Somalians, they arrest some black people too, because they kind of look Somali. Like I could tell you, maybe that brother over there.
No black Americans walking around here look like no Somalis. Stop lying.
Oh my God.
This is a picture of a black American. This is a picture of a, hold up.
Oh, we're not gonna sit here and let you lie, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna just leave.
A staff full
okay,
law.
Hold up, Toy. That's right.
No
Listen,
point.
It's cool, bro. Just go land your plane. Hold up, BX. Land your plane, bro, and then we're gonna move on.
Okay. All right. So to believe anyway, as a Muslim, you cannot have hate for people. No race. Doesn't even matter if the person is white. This is one of the things that we practice.
So why y'all fled?
Racism is not something that is in us, right?
So why y'all fled? So why you fled your country? Why are they unaliving your country to the point where your people had to flee 30 years ago as refugees?
Well, if you go learn history, then you will understand the reason.
No.
You think Somalians will be in this country if nobody mess it up for us?
If you know the so history, nice and good people and Muslim and all that, why'd you have to flee a country and come under and take the resources off the backs of my ancestors and our ancestors on this panel and try to preach to us that you good people and we so good and we so great, but you guys had to flee. Your ancestors and your people, your great grandmother had to flee from Somalia because there's degeneracy and savagery going on over there in unalivings.
Okay. Do you know the history of Somalia, by the way?
Again.
Yes or no? Do you know the history?
The fact of the matter is you're here. And you're here for a reason because you fled because your ancestors, there was things going on that was undermining your ancestors, that wasn't peaceful, that wasn't loving, that wasn't part of what Muhammad
You should look into the history of America, what they did to Somalia,
they
and the reason why we're here.
Now we're gonna blame the white man.
That was your clans that turned to tribal WARs, and y'all still over there.
And who did?
And y'all, it's your clans. Blame it on tribalism, sir. That's what happened. Stop blaming America for what y'all doing to each other over there.
They always revert to it's their West, it's their white man. The white man did it. They do it all the
Wait,
time.
And if
so
you didn't
Instead
want
of
to
taking
be here so
accountability.
much, then why y'all fighting and talk about Minnesota promise to y'all? Y'all ain't going nowhere, and y'all threatening America. If you felt
Yeah,
like
that's so
America
funny.
did something to y'all be trying to get the fuck back home to
okay.
Somalia.
So true knowledge. I got one last question for you. Did Somalia or Ethiopia get colonized at all?
Somalia was colonized, not Ethiopia.
Okay, by who? Somalia was colonized by who?
By the French, by the UK, right? By the French. Those countries colonized Somalia a long time ago.
Oh, the French, and what do you mean those countries? What other country besides the French?
It was Italy, France, and I think it was
Yeah,
like two more. It was like two
yeah,
more. Well, I know it was it. I definitely know it was Italy and France.
yeah. Italy, France, and the English.
Okay,
Okay.
England, and it's one more. True knowledge, isn't it? Because I know y'all don't count the Arabs, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, the Arabs
Nah,
never
they think
colonized
they
us.
Arab. They think they're the Arabs.
Y'all not gonna count them, which that's
Okay.
number 5.
So
But
with that being said, true knowledge, the United States government did not participate in your colonization, but why do we get the lion's share of the blame when there's 3 other countries that had an immediate effect on your colonization? Also, you are aware of the Black Americans' lineage history of coming over to East Africa and aiding you in the war with the Italians. Are you aware of that?
No, I mean I know cousins that their fathers was African Americans, and those cousins was actually born in Somalia. Some of them actually live here.
No, so you don't know about the Tuskegee Airmen who flew over there and helped in the Italian War and taught people how to fly planes. You don't know
that
about the
was at
statue
Ethiopia.
of
I never heard that.
That was Ethiopia, Leo.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying they were fighting the same
And
people.
it's Black Americans. Stop being sarcastic. We keep telling you that.
Right. So true knowledge. Just like you guys don't like to be called Somalian and you correct us and say Somali, we are Black American people. Okay.
They know they do that on purpose because what they're trying to do is find some kind of similarity or come together, kumbaya. So they say African American. They try to be funny, right? But again, this is what they're doing now because, like I said, Trump is on their heels right now. So they want to find some kind of camaraderie or some kind of come together now, or now they want to have conversations.
Okay. All right. It's what is it? It's Uppity Unicorn. Go ahead, you got it.
Okay, so I was formerly Meet the Goddess. Daniel from Tariq's Panels encouraged me to change my name to match my YouTube channel because Uppity is easier to say, and Uppity is what people call me on YouTube. So everybody, hi, you can refer to me as Uppity. My lineage is straight from Louisiana, from the Cattlelands. Choctaw Chickasaw, a derivative of Washita, a derivative of Olmec. I am a Black American woman. Now, I was Muslim for 13 years, and I've been a part of the Somali community since I was 18. And I'm from Seattle, Washington. We are the top 3 places that Somali people come to. So I was just talking to my ex-husband the other day, and he said that I'm an authority, basically, on the Somali experience because I'm 40 years old now, and I was 18 when I was initiated into the Somali community.
How did you get initiated into the Somali community again? My
bad. I went to the University of Washington, and there were refugee immigrant girls there who were Somali, and I basically took care of them. So when True Knowledge says that Somali people never needed you, I almost flunked out of my university because Somalis needed me so bad. You see, when you are a refugee, when you are a refugee or an immigrant and you speak 4 or 5 languages, writing an essay in English that will get you into a university like the University of Washington or Brandeis University or Washington State University is hard. And so these people had me working day and night because back then I was a Pan-Africanist. Back then I was, everybody's Black.
So to be clear, are you of immigrant background?
No, not at all. But I can speak about 4 languages. My mama black, my daddy black. Everybody.
Did you marry one of these Somalis?
I did, but I did not.
You had children with him?
My son passed away.
Oh,
but my son would have been a Jamah of Hargeisa of the Isaac Qabil. Just so we're very clear, and Qabil is tribe or clan in Somali.
Well, let me ask you something. Never mind. I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'll DM you. I'll DM you.
It was a hard time. I'm no longer Muslim. That's how traumatized I have been from Muslims in general and Somali community in specific. So I don't pray 5 times a day. I don't fast. But when the brother said that some people mistake Black Americans for Somalis, it's probably because if the Black woman is wearing a niqab, they don't think that you're American. I wore the niqab for 8 years, where you couldn't see anything but my eyes. I looked like I was fresh out of Saudi Arabia.
Well, that's common. That's because I was raised like that, so that's common where I live at niqab.
You from Philly?
Yeah, oh, you know it. I was black. I was black niqab, black gloves. I studied in Egypt, so I understand where you're coming from.
I studied in Qatar and Yemen and Saudi Arabia.
Okay, I've been to Yemen. And Qatar. I'm gonna hit you up on the back end. I'm gonna hit you up, girl.
So you up here for real? Okay.
Yeah, child, and me and you got some of the same experience, but you know, I'm just regular though now, and I just look regular. But I'm gonna hit you up on the back end, and I'm following you, and I'm gonna follow you on YouTube.
That's so good to hear. So I guess the Somali guys are gone now, but I just wanted to say to them, like, like I know that this is the wrong approach. Like I know like that Black Americans, excuse me, they said African Americans so much, it's in my head, but that we have always been about unity. And that aside from being called an African booty scratcher in the 3rd grade in the 90s, like we've never done anything to harm you. What I've learned about Somali people is that they're not just anti-Black American, they're low-key anti-everybody. They're low-key anti-everybody. All that Jarir stuff, all that Abid, all that Ajanabi, all those nasty words. But in America, they do give it to us the most. And so when they come over here and say we need to unite, my thing is like, like I know that that's the message you need to give to your people. That you don't need to be saying any of that kind of stuff to Black Americans, because really we're responding to having our feelings hurt. We're responding to having our Pan-Africanism was rejected. And I lived that life from 18 to 40. So you really can't tell me anything. I've been a part of the African Student Union, the Black Student Union, the Muslim Student Association, the goddamn SSA, Somali Student Association. And the level of hatred is crazy. The level of condescension, the level of we're better than you is mind blowing. And because I started off as like a super Christian before I became a super Muslim, I wouldn't fight these people back. And I was such a damn Pan-Africanist, I would take these hurt feelings, I would take these nasty conversations. Like basically, the way that you guys come up on these panels now and you get read down by the Black American community, that was my life for 20 years. So respectfully, this is karmic, and you just kind of got to take your beating, because we are all having the same experience. And that's another thing that I wanted to say when they're like, oh, it was 2 or 3 Somalis. Oh, it was this much scamming. I'm like, bro, that's everybody. It's normal. I'm not saying, I can't say it's everybody, excuse me. But like I know that that's the norm. Like I know that that's the norm. Whatever Black American, and another thing that I wanted to say, because I know by ethnic Black American kids, and they sound more Somali than the Somali sometimes because they're derided. They get dissed so hard for being, even if you're half white, you're going to get dissed in the Somali community because, like I said, they got that anti for everybody. Somali people are very, I hate to say it like this, but arrogant. Somali people are very, and actually the way that I got my weight up and my pride about my culture is because being around a bunch of refugees and immigrants and how they thought they were so much better than me. And I'm like, Dan, you're bragging about being the land of poets. And like, we done produced Michael Jackson. We done produced James Brown. We done produced the goddamn Skype, Zoom, cell phone, call waiting, 3-way calls, home security systems. And you're bragging, hold up, let me pop my collar too. So like, if anything, I picked that up. But I'm like, Black Americans, we have been too kind. And I've been called stupid over and over again especially by the Somali community, because I would be so kind. And I'm like, you guys really think kindness is tantamount to stupidity? That's crazy. As many of you as I have, like, I get kicked out of my university. If they knew what I was doing for the Somali student population, I would get kicked out. I would lose my degree for the finals, for the tests that I've taken for people, for the essays that I've written for people, for the way that people would even go on to masters, to get their master's degree, and I would be helping them with their essays and assignments. Because when you speak a bunch of different languages, it's like if I were to write something to you in Arabic right now, it might be a little bit backwards because, my grammar is primarily English.
Wait, so I got a quick question for you.
What's up, babe?
Is it just was it okay, so I know you said that you joined in the Muslim community for 13 or how many years? I forgot what you said. But was it just like his side of the family after you had the child with that man? Or did they start doing it after after you start being friends with them? Or was
I was still Christian, man, when I joined, when I started hanging out with Somali people. I was a Bible study leader and I lived a set apart life. And I thought that these Muslim women lived like me because I was not sexually active in undergrad. And it was hard for me to find people who were about that life, that God first life that I was about. So I gravitated to these women in long skirts and modest dress because that was how I was. So I was a non-Muslim for maybe, 4 or 5 years around Somali people. And also, sweetie, I've been around the world with Somali people. I've worked in Saudi Arabia with Somali people. I've been in Yemen with Somali people. So I've seen you in almost all of your contexts. I've been to Kenya. I've been to Isli in Kenya. I've been to Nairobi. I've been to Malakisi. And I've been with Somalis in all of these places. I've been to South Africa. And so I
feel you, especially when I went to sleep too with my full family, because I don't look Somali. I don't have the features of Somali,
Yeah.
But I know the language a little bit, not that good. But I was still being called Jarer. I was also being called Jarer basically means nappy hair.
Nappy-headed.
Yep.
It means slave. It means slave too. We gotta be honest.
No, Jared doesn't mean slave. It means nappy hair. It means people with bigger nose, nappier hair, and looks more African.
So it don't mean slave.
No, that's not what it actually means.
Abid means slave. Abid is Arabic, and that
Abid means slave. Yes, that do mean slave.
Jarir is nappy-headed, and it's a derogatory term. Nappy. It's like Bantu.
Yep. Yeah.
Sub-Saharan African looking.
But then a lot of the Bantu Somalis come here in the early 2000s. Ain't they the Bantu Somalis?
Yeah, I truly understand where you're coming from because I also been called those type of names because my mom had 9 children, so
wow.
Some of my sisters and my brothers will look like more Somali, and then the other ones I will be having the type of features my father have. And then certain people, whenever I told somebody this is my mom, they would be looking at me like, no.
Got your father features in the face?
Yeah.
You got your father face?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yep. My
Alhamdulillah, you got your father face because them is the most funniest looking men on earth. Just thank God you look like a beautiful Black American father.
You know what? Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Samantha. And then we're going to move on to Butterfly because she's been waiting very patiently.
Oh, no, Butterfly. Okay. I was just going to say real quick that, and it's to the, I hope the young man is still in the comments. He was saying, why do we keep their names in our mouth? I'm listening to you guys' conversation. These immigrant Somalis, if you mentioned Arabics, all of these people literally have, y'all took the time to make derogatory names for Black Americans. We don't have those type of names. We do now because first of all, what we do is in response to, you guys, or when I say you guys, I'm not necessarily talking directly to you, but I think the panel understand what I'm saying. The words that we came up with are terms in response to you. We didn't take the time from birth, or it was instilled to us to come up with these weird names for you guys. So, yeah.
Samantha, you said him in the comments talking to another Somali, right? While we talking about
he was.
Yeah, and that's why I made the comment and asked him, did he look like his father? Because I took it with him saying coarse hair, nappy hair was a dig. Because that's another thing these Somalis I learned. I never really been around Somalis. I just seen Somalis in traffic because they don't have a lot in my city. But I noticed that they dig for hair or make a comment about nappy hair. That's why I let them know that the men is the most funniest looking men on the continent and in the world. Like they're not attractive men. That's why I asked him, if his father Black American, and do he look like his beautiful Black American father? Because the men is horrible looking.
Okay. Butterfly, go ahead.
Hey y'all, just on. I'm sorry, I got phone calls coming in back to back. But to speak to the prompt, it's important to have ethnic self-esteem in our community, because we have to know who we are and learn to quit humbling ourselves, to allow other people to stand next to us or in front of us. We don't owe no one no type of kinship when it comes down to their own problems or anything. Like our ethnic self-esteem is top tier, and we have to learn to get out of the ideology that we need to be there and uplift everybody. So that's what I wanted to say to the prompt. But I wanted to say this to the Somalian people. I noticed that every time you have a prompt that's speaking directly to our community, they find a way to come in and incorporate themselves in it. By ethnic, a lot of us in our community, we have bi-ethnic children, and we're raising our children up as who we are, right? And I want you guys to understand, bi-ethnic or not, we don't owe that side of your family any kind of acceptance or anything. That's your responsibility to accept that side of your family. But to ask the whole Black community, the whole FBA community to understand anything as far as your second side, your half side of your family, that is very disrespectful. We don't care. And to get on here and say things like Somalians don't need Black Americans when you're blatantly saying things like, oh, we're mixing with you. You're mixing with us because you have ulterior motive. You're not mixing with us because you like. You mixing with us because you have ulterior motive, right? Because if you didn't have the ulterior motive, you wouldn't mix with us at all. You'll stay amongst your own kind. So to get on these panels and say you guys don't need us, but simultaneously say you're mixing with us and try to associate your proximity to us because of a look. We don't care about looks. We know looks are deceiving. First and foremost, looks are very deceiving. We've just experienced this with this immigration act that's been going on for decades. Looks are very deceiving because we thought that you guys looked like us. We accepted you guys in our community. We love you guys because of the look. So don't come on here with this, we look like, or we experience the same thing. We don't care because we are not experiencing what we're going through. We're actually living it. So until you can understand that what we're living is not an experience, it's our reality, go on with y'all. We're Black. We're all Black. We're not, like the young lady said yesterday, we are Black Americans. We have our own diaspora amongst America. We're not Black American globally. I mean, we're not Black globally. So quit associating us with the global Blackness because we're within our own country. We're not asking you guys to help us with anything. What we're saying is we don't care that the heat is on y'all butt. Y'all got BTA at this point. Y'all in y'all FAFO era, that's y'all problem. So you fix that with your Somalian side. Go to your Somalian side and ask them to respect the African Americans, because to come over here and say you guys are owed a piece of our land because of the Bible, which y'all do not live by or believe in, is asinine. Y'all need to take this psychotic, bipolar behavior somewhere else serious.
All right.